What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Right here we'll be watching some interesting and unsettling videos that'll make you question our reality. So sit back and relax, let's jump right in. Alright.
Are these people trying to tell us that aliens are going to be here more sooner than later? They released footage of a UAP dodging the most sophisticated missile that we have. And it seems like they're getting more and more closer to saying that we're about to see what they've been speaking about. There was a lot of things that was said at that UAP congressional hearing. And then NASA saying that they have proof that there's life on Mars. You heard what I just said? And like I always say, whatever they're telling us now, they've been knew about. Then we go back to 3-Eye Atlas. None of this shit made sense from the beginning, but they keep force feeding it. And now, people who wouldn't talk about these things are talking about these things. Something the size of Manhattan is moving faster than the speed of light coming towards Earth. Also, they said that whatever this thing is, it's going to be aggressive when it reaches Earth. How do you know that? Okay, but by the looks of the video that they had with a UAP dodged the most sophisticated missile that we have, that only says one thing to me. Whatever they say is coming here, let's just say it's real. We don't have the technology to do anything to what's coming. They're more advanced than us, and it's not going to be anything good if what they're saying is true. But you got to ask yourself, why now? With all of the shit that's been happening, listen, look, this is why I keep telling y'all, protect your peace. Why now? You don't understand, right? Yeah, all right. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. I'm out.
You know, if there is really extraterrestrial, they probably were already more advanced than us long time ago. So it's not surprising they're more advanced than us right now. So I guess we'll just need to wait and see what happened. Yeah.
This happened in Mexico. A couple, they're just having dinner late at night.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, they just hear some cries outside of the house and stuff, right? And then the guy starts even saying, like, I told my friends, I told them, but none of them believe me. But watch when I show them this video.
Bájale, bájale. Bájale, 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 bájale. Bájale, 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 bájale. ¿Me escuchaste? Soy bien macho. ¿Viste cómo soy hija?
No.
No te espantes, no te espantes.
Bro.
Y la banda no me cree. La banda piensa que es pura broma. Mis amigos estamos aquí cenando.
Why did the cries match, like... Bro,
you didn't even finish the video either.
Bro, the cries literally match like the same cry tone as... Nah, bro. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Every single time we record this fucking segment, bro, some weird shit happens in my fucking house, bro.
There was some weird...
I didn't actually hear anything. Did you guys hear anything?
There's a song long time ago. Little did we know this song the whole time was a psyop. You know what a psyop is?
No, what's
Pretty much
psyop?
something to like try and control the population.
Nah.
Listen, this song, you know it. No! Yeah, this song. Why did it be in the middle? Listen carefully.
Okay.
Just listen. Hold on.
That thing right there? What is
Check
that?
this out, right?
What is that?
So, you know that one Justin Bieber song that had something similar? That was produced by Zed,
Yeah.
right? This song, it went through like 14 different artists, fam. For whatever reason, right? They had the song made and they were trying to figure out who would be the best fit. They had 14 different, they have Demi Lovato version, they have Selena Gomez version, they really have, Ariana Grande, every single artist that was popping at the time, they had them sing it.
Yeah.
Now, the theory goes that they needed this song to try and hypnotize people and try to use it as a psyop to see whether or not they could manipulate the masses using radio music.
Yeah.
This song went through like, I think 5 different producers. And then finally, they took it to Zed. And Zed, the only thing he did differently was add that.
And that's what made it like us.
Yeah,
What you're
so
saying?
I don't understand. So what happened?
There's a reason the government's favorite tech company is named after a dark magic seeing stone from Lord of the Rings. It's called Palantir, and its mission is to connect every piece of data about you into one master file for the government. Their software, called Gotham, takes all the scattered pieces of your life, your driver's license, your social media, your location history, even your private messages if subpoenaed, and transforms it into a single searchable web. The US has spent over $1.9 billion on it. The Department of Defense uses it. The IRS uses it to hunt down taxpayers. They can build a detailed profile on you based on anything, from your immigration status to the tattoos on your body. And because the algorithm is a secret, they can flag you as a security risk and you'll never know why. The company's own CTO said their goal is to become the US government's central operating system.
Oh, yeah. More and more way of controlling people. I don't know. Are American people okay with that?
Scientists just revealed a powerful new theory on intuition. And here are the 3 most important factors when it comes to improving your intuition. In a recent study, scientists say that intuition isn't random, it's actually an evolutionary built-in path-finding system, helping us navigate through uncertain environments. And this works where certain parts of your brain produces what's called short-wave ripples, which are replays of your past experiences, which act kind of like a mental simulation to help you test out the possible future without acting on it, which then connects to other parts of your brain that adds in the emotional and bodily signals, which we call the gut instinct. And this happens lightning fast before your conscious mind can even reason with it. And here are the 3 key factors to improve intuition. Number 1, build expertise in your area. The more experience that you have, the more accurate your intuition tends to be. Number 2, value your sleep. Short wave ripples happens during downtime when your brain consolidates information. Number 3, tune into your body. Interoceptive practices such as meditation helps you build awareness of these types of gut instincts, which helps you directly improve your intuitive accuracy. Key takeaway here is intuition isn't random, so trust your gut feeling.
Ooh, trust your gut feeling. Trust your gut. Yeah.
This is the future of treasure hunting. This company used AI to find literal gold hidden inside the earth. But here's the crazy part. The way they found the gold was super unique. They gave maps to AI and let the AI tell them where the gold was buried. And believe it or not, that actually worked. The company is called Earth AI, and what they figured out might have just changed exploration forever. Now, Earth AI had a really simple idea. They took 50 years of geological data and fed it into a special AI model. The AI then used this data to identify hot zones where the rare minerals might be. They call this their mineral targeting platform. Now, once their team gets to those hot zones in person, they use next generation drilling to sample the mineral deposits. And here's the wild part. It turns out this AI system is amazing at finding the best spots where the minerals are buried. In 2024, companies around the world spent $280 million per successful hot zone. Earth AI spent just $700K. That's 400 times cheaper. And they found everything from gold and silver to platinum and lithium. In a few years, we'll have AI models that can run this mining process all over the world. And something tells me with this, we're gonna find buried treasure on Earth and in space.
Wow. So are those information like public information? Probably not, huh?
Well, it appears as though China is not messing around with anything that is entering their airspace. This following video was captured on September 12th, 2025, and it's unconfirmed, but the allegation is that a meteorite was seen in the airspace over a province in China, and it was intercepted by a missile. Whether this was a meteorite or something else, we don't know. But it's interesting to note that countries are now beginning to take a hard stance about unidentified objects in their sky, and they're actively trying to remove them. Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
Is that a counter missile shot by Chinese? Or just random shot from somewhere else? Because
The Wallace Line.
The Wallace Line.
So you have Indonesia and you have Australia, right? You have Bali, you have the Philippines, and then there's Australia. There's an invisible line between these islands that for some reason animals cannot cross. Marine biologists have no idea. Biologists have no clue why. There's only like a 20-mile difference. On this side, on the Asia side, you have tigers, elephants, monkeys, all these types of things. But then 20 miles over, you have animals that
completely different species.
Are completely different species. You have marsupials like kangaroos and koalas, and then you have dingoes.
They've never observed those animals crossing over.
Even the fish will not cross over this invisible line within the ocean. Birds will not fly to the other side. It's just a border that animals instinctively just don't cross for some unknown reason.
I wonder if it's like a gravitational force or something.
But it'd have to be something we can't measure.
Yeah.
Because you know they're trying to figure that out. They'd find gravity or energy.
And why animals are the only things that don't cross it.
If you're seeing this for a reason. 222. Everything is constantly working out with divine blessings involved for everyone. If you're seeing 222 a bunch, it means that you should be trusting that you're exactly where you're meant to be, and that the people and situations unfolding, no matter how challenging they are unfolding for you and for your soul's growth. And if you're going through a lot, that just means that you're growing and expanding a lot. You're leveling up. So trust the process. It's not going to be smooth and easy. Like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, it goes through a very uncomfortable process. That's part of growing and expanding. Your higher self and your spirit team can see so much more than your physical mind. So rather than trying to figure out why things are happening or insisting that things happen a certain way that you maybe have visualized, let go and allow for your higher mind and your spirit team to bring you something even better than your physical mind could ever imagine. This is a perspective that Bashar taught me, and it really helped me surrender, because no matter what is coming my way, I know is the universe working with me to help me get to where I'm desiring to be. No matter what is manifesting is happening for me. The quicker you can understand this, the quicker you're going to get to where you're desiring.
Street Journal article about basically how, and people are familiar with this, there was 2 articles I did. One of them was that the Wall Street Journal said that the UFOs are a Pentagon disinformation campaign.
Yeah.
And they were Air Force hazing rituals for Air Force officers that were working on nuclear sites, and B, they were also secret EMP experiments designed to test EMPs on live nukes that we have in our silos to see if they can take out the nukes. So, what did you think of that?
Well, so it's a really interesting article because it's a New York Times article about
Wall Street Journal.
Was it Wall Street Journal?
Yeah, Wall Street Journal.
Okay, it was I will accept it. It was a Wall Street Journal article that was making a claim about what the DoD was doing.
Steve, you can probably find it.
And so that's interesting in and of itself, because who's the disinformation campaign? Is the disinformation campaign the DoD, or is there some bad info going to the Wall Street Journal?
Right.
Or is there nefarious intent on the part of the Wall Street Journal? So it's a classic source questioning issue. But what I focus on is the actual content, right? I served in Malmstrom Air Force Base.
Exactly, which is why this is super relevant to you.
Absolutely. I served in Malmstrom Air Force Base. I was a missile crew commander deputy commander in Malmstrom Air Force Base. I was a command post commander in Malmstrom Air Force Base. I spent years around these nukes. Weird shit happens all the time around nukes for lots of different reasons. But there was one specific incident when I was in Malmstrom where we had occurrence that was very, very similar to the UFO reports that you've heard from, what's his name, Salas?
Yep, Robert Bob Salas.
Yeah, Lieutenant Bob Salas.
Yep.
That kind of event is very, very rare and unique and kind of inexplicable. Like, you can't explain how a series of nuclear weapons go off in that fashion. So something like that happened when I was in the command post. Multiple witnesses, multiple reports. We wrote the whole thing up. Now, there wasn't a light in the sky. There wasn't any of the same stuff that Salas reported, except for the systematic shutdown of missiles. Several missiles. When we filled out our report and submitted it up the chain of command, we basically got a response that said, "Thank you for submitting." The end. Which is really, really unusual. Generally, when you send a report up, you get an explanation down, especially when you're talking about operational weapon systems.
Interesting.
Operational weapon systems, they have to either be tampered with or flawed to have something like that happen. So one way or the other, you would need operational fixes to be put in place. So that's why you would always expect to get a report back that says you were either flawed or you were tampered with. Please take these corrective actions. But to just get a report that says thank you is
reality a simulation? Are we in the Matrix? Well, sort of, but it's your simulation. It's not happening from outside. It's not happening to you. It's happening through you for your own purposes. That's, I think, right there, something that would transform a lot of people's understanding, is to understand I am creating my experience of this. Now, a lot of people, when they hear things like that, they take it a little too far. Does that mean that no one else is real? No, of course it doesn't mean that. But what you're interacting with is your version of them. You're creating your version of them. Look at it like we're having a Zoom call. Are you interacting with me directly? No. You're interacting with an electronic recreation of my image and voice on a screen. But I'm a real person. That doesn't mean that just because you're interacting with a computer screen that I'm not real. So we have to understand that our projection of physical reality is sort of like that. I'm seeing what I need to see of you because I'm creating my version of you, which may not be identical to your version of yourself.
Most likely not.
Most likely not. I'm getting what I need in my version of you to relate to. I know you are a real entity, but I know that I'm seeing what I need to see and you're seeing what you need to see to have this exchange. So it's a real experience. And when people think about the idea of, oh, well, it's just an illusion, the fact that it may be an illusion doesn't invalidate its value. You're using the illusion for a purpose, to learn something. So it's a valid experience. Just because you're using a technique to create it doesn't invalidate it, because we're just giving too much over to the word illusion, as if illusion means it's just fake and you don't have to pay attention to it. It's not real. The experience is real, and it's a technique that you use to create an experience so you can get a lesson out of it. It's all about definitions and turning them around, like we did before, with confidence and trust and control.
I want to believe that like each one of us has our different version of the world, but a lot of times is like very similar to each other, I guess. All right.
I saw the little black men. They had longish hair, and it was all black, and they had big black eyes. That's all I saw. I saw a glimpse. They kind of turned around and stared, and then went back into a kind of like ship. There was like sort of one big one with quite a few little ones, all scattered around.
When you say you had big eyes, show me with your hands the size compared to
They
yours.
were oval, kind of like that.
Oval?
Yes.
I see. And could you see anything else on the face?
No, I couldn't. All as I could see was his hair, and when he turned around, and then he...
Were you afraid?
Yes, I was.
Whoa, so oval shape, big eyes, but with black hair. Ooh. Alright, and that's it for today's video. If you like this type of video, please give it a like and subscribe, and turn on the notification, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.